healthier. So lots of Broncos on certain lots. Now, I know some of you are still going to be waiting quite a long period of time for a Bronco. So let's just talk a little bit, one last quick episode to help the Bronco community out here. So we're going to be talking about things to get and things not to get on your Bronco. So Bronco, excuse me, folks. I really appreciate you dealing with that. Marine Vet, have a great night. So last episode of the night, Ford Bronco. Can you find them? Can you not find them? What's going on? Do you need to order one? And if you do order one, what should you avoid? Now, as a dealer, we currently have many Broncos for sale. So before we jump into this interesting and helpful story to help save you thousands of dollars, please do hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you don't miss out on a beat on any of the important information that we cover in the automotive industry. And please do share this content. So beautiful, inexpensive Big Bend. If you really want to have a lot of look off this is 58,000 Canadian. And what's incredible is you just change the tires and the wheels and you've got a 2-inch leveling kit to fit a bigger kit on, and you've got an incredible vehicle right there with a ton of look. And even without it, you'll get better fuel economy if you leave it the way it is. I recently drove a Ford Bronco manual 2-door. It was a complete blast, but not a huge savings. A Big Bend Sasquatch 2-door manual is 62,000, whereas this 4-door Big Bend non-Sasquatch is 58,000. So interesting. You really need to build and price these Broncos and play around with all the options, because you'd be very surprised how the entry-level Big Bend can become very expensive just by clicking on options that seem really interesting. So a very cool option can be to get a Big Bend, a Black Diamond, or an Outer Banks and just throw bigger tires on and possibly different wheels with a leveling kit. But we've got several of these in stock. We have a hardtop Badlands. And doesn't that, I think that just looks absolutely fantastic. If it wasn't for lightning depreciation, I would love to have either the manual 2-door in the yard, which Marie completely put an X on because I'm going to have the responsibility in the morning of bringing our daughter to daycare, and she knows that there's no way I'm going to be able to, I'm going to have a lot of trouble getting a baby into the back seat of a 2-door Bronco, and we wouldn't be able to travel with it because the trunk is small. But the trunk is actually really big on these 4-doors, the boot as some call it. And I think the Badlands is a beautiful option if you want to have a happy compromise between, fuel economy being less on the Sasquatch, the Big Bend that we just saw having considerable less stance and, big monster truck appeal. Well, the Badlands is your halfway point. The Sasquatch that we see, that kind of looks familiar. That's a wild track Sasquatch, but we had an Outer Banks Sasquatch in that color. But there's your wild track, and you can tell by the all black wheels. Hard top. So yeah, we've got a few hard tops. We have a few soft tops, and there's a little happy face, happy mouse, I guess, which even almost bought a Ford Focus RS this week. But we'll get just a little side note. We'll get finish up talking about the Ford Bronco in just a moment. But this is a very nicely tuned Focus RS. And I was very tempted because it has 4 doors, a manual, and a ton of power. Let me know in the comments section, what do you think about a Focus RS? They've depreciated a tiny bit since 2016, 2017, and they're maintaining their value. Is this a future classic, folks? Let us know. I'll probably have a video coming out on that in the future. But these aren't even all our Broncos. We've got 2 others at the lot. We've got 3 others. We have a total of, I think, 7 Broncos right now, but you might have to order one. But do know that there are Broncos out there. Make phone calls, check the internet. You can find a Bronco, and you shouldn't be paying over MSRP for a Bronco anymore. We're just not there these days. Now, what can we do to get a Bronco in a reasonable amount of time? Well, let's go check this out here. So right here, first of all, if you're looking to get a Maverick ordered up, a hybrid will take longer. An XL will be difficult to put your hands on because demand has been too high. A black appearance package, which is optional in XLT and Lariat, can be difficult. Tonneau pickup box cover, hard folding or trifold, avoid it. Bedliner, modular hard drop-in, avoid it unless it comes, of course it's fine when it comes with the luxury package. And a bedliner spray-in as a standalone option, your spray-in bedliner, avoid those things on your Maverick. So the big ones to avoid, XL, and if you want a quicker order, avoid hybrid. Hybrid is going to be a longer order, and if you're a dealer wanting to get a hybrid in stock, Ford is saying no. This dealer notes, we're being told, do not order for stock units a hybrid. We're just not going to give it to you. Ford is focusing on getting those to retail customers, people who've ordered. Make sure that your order is confirmed. You have a COVP, confirmed order vehicle verification process. So sign your order sheet, sign a purchase or lease offer. Make sure they take your driver's license, because if they don't, they're not confirming your order, and these things still need to be confirmed. Now, back to the Bronco, folks. So this episode obviously about getting your Ford Bronco and Ford Maverick. Now, for getting your 2024 Ford Bronco, hardtop roof. Here are things that are, here are some of the national commodity constraints table. The hardtop roof, molded in color, white painted, or dual. Those can all be problematic for order times. The two-door is at 15%, so you risk waiting longer if you ask for a two-door. The Wild Track series is at 20%. You might wait a little longer. Everglades is at 4%. Heritage Edition is at 0%. So if you ask a Heritage Edition, at least as of now, you're just not getting that. Heritage Edition, actually the order bank is closed for 2024, so you're definitely not getting it for 2024. Manual transmission is only 3%, folks. So if you ask and make an order for a manual Bronco, your chances are pretty slim of getting it in a quick amount of time because it's constrained. Only 3% of production can go towards the manual transmission. Now, the 2.7 liter engine is at 45%. It's constrained because demand is above 45%. And the Sasquatch package is at 40%. So also another constraint. Now, we're not talking about crazy wait times like they were in the past of, if you wanted a hard top Sasquatch 2.7 liter Bronco, you're waiting 2 to 3 years. It's not going to be a long, crazy wait like that. At least for my region, even with these constraints, we're getting them pretty quickly. But do keep in mind, talk to your dealer. They should know their constraints for their region. They should also know about what their allocations are. So make sure that they've got an allocation for the Bronco. And they should give you a good idea of how long it's going to take to get a manual Bronco. But we got one within a reasonable amount of time, but we also had a lot of allocations. So with a lot of allocations, our manual passed. And I've got to say, the manual is absolutely worth it, folks. It was an incredible drive. Now, before I completely lose my voice, I want to make sure that I thank you all. Thank you, Ridgeview. Thank you, the WB. Mark, thank you so much, folks. I really appreciate everyone who made it. Marine Vet, Orlando OBX. Thank you so much, folks, for making it to the show this evening. Really, truly appreciate it. Thank you for all the generosity this evening. It's funny. The amount that we've had in donations to the channel is exactly what the flu medication that it cost for myself and the family. Not the trips to the hospital, but for the flu medication, that's what you've covered. So thank you so much for covering our flu medication here at Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. I hope none of you get this flu. It is a really, really nasty one. 6 days of fever. Thank you so much, folks, for watching. I hope you all get to put the pedal to the metal